Barbie!
Don't you eat in the dream house.
Boys, avenge me! Avenge me! Avengers!
Bazinga.
Scruffy-looking nerf herders.
Ethan Hunt contacted you?
I am good, Rooster. I'm very good.
So you are always a trainer who trains.
Gonzo the Great will ride this baby again.
Hello and welcome to episode 45 of the Real Serious Podcast. That was the first time we all got to see the intro live. And Charles can barely contain himself, it seems. But as always, I'm Hunter, from Jack and Chuck. What's up, boys? It's Red One week. We made it. So excited.
God,
So
I'm fired up. I'm so fired up.
I
think I'm gonna have a very. I think I'm gonna have a very different opinion on the movie once we get there, judging by your guys' Letterboxd reviews.
I have a great Red One story to tell later on, or I might tell it early. I don't know. I'm debating.
There was a guy in my whatever. I'll get to it later. Actually,
no, we'll save the Red One stories because
we'll save it.
It's so bad. All right, I have a complaint though. I want to start off the show with. So at the Lions game today, the people in front of me who usually sit there sold their seats. Makes sense. One of the games we had circled on the calendar, knew we were going to win. 4 women were there in those seats. Probably all. What's so funny about that?
I just hope people don't say that about next week's game.
Probably all in their 50s. All of them are on Snapchat, like posting things to their stories, like getting in Snapchat pictures. Has Snapchat gone to the olds? Like, has it gone the way of Facebook where old people are now on Snapchat?
How old were these women?
Probably the youngest one was like 50 something. I'd say 50 to 60 was the range there.
Maybe they're moms. Yeah. I've heard of some moms Snapchatting their children.
Do you think they put like their TJ Maxx hauls on their story?
Probably.
Perhaps.
Okay.
They want to make Jessica jealous while she's at home making cookies for the fam.
Yeah. Oh, you know the PTA group chat on there goes insane.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's some serious beef in there.
The memes. The 2021
and they all had their phones with like the text was bigger than it needed to be. Like they zoomed the text in so much. It was like the large one.
Yep.
Oh man. It was a great thing to. I mean, they were all just selfie and then getting all on the stories, and I was like, this is just. It was great to see. You know, it was fandom at its finest.
Sounds like it.
But yeah, that was the Lions today. Very easy win. Unlike you guys for the Colts, tough, hard fought win. It was against Aaron Rodgers and the Jets.
Dude, when we gave him 40 seconds left,
very sad.
I thought we were about to see vintage Rodgers, and I was very scared.
Yeah.
I was very, very scared.
I think throughout the season, everybody's been like, vintage Rodgers is going to show up eventually. And I think about 2 games ago, everyone just gave up on that. So when he had the ball, I wasn't as nervous as I feel like I would have been in the past. But as a Colts fan, I was more nervous that we would choke it away, not that Aaron Rodgers would take it from us.
No, but Anthony Richardson is clutch in the fourth quarter. That's his thing.
He looked good. From what I've.
If he makes it to the fourth quarter, you know, like that's
true. If he gets tired, maybe not.
No, it was a good game. That was a fun game to watch.
So yeah, and then no Hoosiers this weekend, but the Hoosiers did win the bye week because we had a bigger upset, and then we also had Sig getting an extension for I think it was 8 years, $8 million or something like that. 9 years, $8 million, which good for him. I mean, just making all the money in the world, which I think is very, very worth it. So yeah, that's football talk, I guess, unless you have something else.
I just hope, because we also gave Tom Allen a lot of money after he did well one year, and then he did not do well again. So hopefully it's okay. But I mean, we're 10-0, and we've never done this well ever before. So I think it's a little different this time.
But let's get into what we watched, because I want to jump into some new. I just really want to get to Red One. I am beyond pumped for Red One. I'm going to go first for what I watched this week, because I watched not very much. This is probably the least since we started the podcast. Outside of Red One, I only watched one additional movie this week, but it was a great one. I watched Dead Poet Society from 1989. Gave that 4.5 stars I knew very little about it going into it. I think it's incredible, like an incredible film. I really, really enjoyed it, and one of just the last 30 minutes were just such a bummer, but in a great way. So, very, very strong movie. I highly, highly recommend. Also, a good like going into winter movie. Very much fits the vibe, which it did make me want to watch. Chuck, what's the movie you love? The Holdovers. Did make me think about it. I was
The
thinking,
Holdovers.
yeah, and then I am going to rewatch Wonka this week. It came in the mail. I got it. Ready for Wonka. So pretty pumped for that. Oh, I said The Holdovers and Charles ran.
I got
outta
it.
here.
Hold on, hold on.
All right, Jack. Jack, what have you been watching this week?
I think this is the most movies I've watched in a week in maybe the entire semester. So the list is quite extensive. So I had to rewatch The Wizard of Oz prior to seeing Wicked on Wednesday. Then I saw Wicked, which I want to make a couple notes on that. I want to make sure Chuck is back when I talk about that.
Yeah, save Wicked.
I'll save
this week
Wicked.
is going to be.
Can I say like a few small things about it?
If you'd like, just do
I'm
no
not-
spoilers. No spoilers.
Yeah, no spoilers. No spoilers. I mean, obviously, have you got? I don't know.
I've seen the musical.
Okay, have you seen
What
the musical?
is
Travis?
this Wicked?
Yeah.
Was it? And they're calling it Glicked?
I'm not spoiling it. I'm not spoiling
Glicked
it.
talk.
Oh, okay.
I'm not spoiling it. Here, I just want to show
Okay,
you something.
okay.
Oh, you got a little poster action.
I got this one,
Advanced screening. Wow, that's nice.
which I like, and then
That's
this
nice.
one's just kind of like the one they sent out for like the. I'm really like indecisive though, like this one or this one.
I think you should do. Oh man, I don't know these names of these people. Isn't it Elphaba? Is Elphaba the bad one?
Yeah,
You should do
Alphabet.
Glinda. Glinda should be for Wicked 1, and then Elphaba should be for Wicked 2. When you get that poster. Because I know you're going to both, so.
Honestly, like very short, spoiler free. It's not like perfect, but I think it's like as good as I possibly could have thought it could have been.
I'm really worried I'm going to like it. I'm worried I'm going to like it.
I like, as someone who loves the musical, I absolutely love this movie. I had such a great time.
No,
and then seeing it, and then I have a new prediction now. I think Wicked is going to make $1 billion.
Wow.
I kind of agree with you.
Wow.
Things to say. I know.
Just after seeing it with the people I saw it with, the theater community is massive. It is so big. And the influence that this movie or this musical has had on theater kids is just it does not end. These people love this musical, okay? Like there are some devout fans there. And seeing it with these people, it just made me realize like this is not a movie. Like as soon as the movie ended, I was like, I want to go see it again. Like I'm excited for Gladiator.
No.
I think I'm gonna see Wicked at least 2 or 3 times more than I see Gladiator.
No.
Whoa!
No. What?
Oh, that's awesome.
Because I think it's that type of
man.
movie that you can, and it is an event. It truly is. Like I think it's an event as where I think Gladiator will be a good movie, and I'm gonna really like it. But I don't know if it has like that event. Like I'm gonna go see Gladiator with my dad. It's gonna be a good time. I'm gonna see Wicked with my mom, and I'm probably gonna go see Wicked again. Like I love the music. I just had such a great time. But that's my prediction. I think Wicked is going to make $1 billion. I think people aren't just gonna see this once or twice. They're gonna see it 3 or 4 times. So that's my prediction.
Wow.
But so I saw Wicked. I cannot wait. I'm going to see it again on Wednesday along with you, Hunter. So or not with you, but in spirit, we will be connected.
Yeah. I'm a little nervous for my screening. I'm not gonna lie. Just something about it makes me worried. It's like an early fan screening.
I would be a little nervous. I think the people I saw it with,
people start singing.
I was frustrated about that before I went into it, and I was like, if people sing, I'm gonna tell them to like be quiet, tell them to leave the theater. Like, look, this is not a sing along.
Yes, be like, excuse me, I need it for the podcast. I have to pay attention.
No, but like seriously, it was funny because normally I notice those things, but like I think some people are kind of like humming or something, but like I did not hear it. Everything was fine. But I think in the theater, people may be a little bit more. I mean, there's always crazy theater stories that go around, so we'll find out. But there will definitely be people dressed up in costumes and stuff. I mean, it's lots of green, lots of pink. And then, sorry,
I would be so disappointed.
but I saw Wicked. I'm not even joking. I have not stopped listening to the music since I saw it. I have not stopped thinking about it. Like, I cannot wait to go see this movie again.
Yeah.
No.
Heck yeah.
I like
a frigid take.
And I'm like when I say this, I don't mean this is like immediately after I saw it, I had such an amazing time. I'm not gonna be like, oh, this is like a top 10 movie of the year for me, but like the amount of like level of excitement and like admiration I have for this movie is just on a whole nother level. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Sure does.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm super pumped for you guys to see it.
Man.
I'm just so excited to talk about it. So I brought that up really quick. And then I saw A Real Pain, which was a movie I was really looking forward to.
I want to see that
at Bloomington AMC. I loved it. I thought it was amazing. Kieran Culkin absolutely rocks. Jesse Eisenberg was great. Just kind of like the chemistry between the two. It's just a lot of fun kind of going with them. And then I finally got around to Paddington.
Yeah.
Finally.
Yes.
Woohoo!
And it did not disappoint. I mean, dude, I texted you guys with like the first like 3 minutes. I'm like, this is the most wholesome thing ever. And then they like ripped my heart out. And I'm like, this when she said I'm going to the home for elderly bears, I thought that was a joke. I thought she was like gonna die or something.
I also thought she was gonna die when I first saw
Okay.
Okay.
But then they showed at the end and I'm like, yes, she's not, I don't know. It's a kid's movie. So maybe I'm just thinking too dark. Then I had quite possibly the greatest double feature of the year until this upcoming Wednesday. I don't know. I saw Red One and Anora. So I know Charlie saw Anora as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I
a
liked
wild
it. I really liked it. Oh my gosh, like could not be on different sides of the spectrum. It is unreal.
Now we've all seen Anora. That's actually awesome. Anora was so good.
It was
good.
It's my number 4 of the year right now.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Love it. But yeah, busy week for me. Chuck, what did you watch, man?
I only joined you with the double header. I only saw Red One and Anora. And my Anora experience was interesting, to say the least. I went with my friend Maggie, not knowing what it was about. So just leave it at that. But I wanted to share. I got some more movies. I went thrifting this week. I got
That's pretty awesome.
Kill Bill 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Pulp Fiction. And Snatch.
Oh,
which
you
I'm
ever
pretty
seen
fired
Snatch?
up about. Yeah, I saw it a few weeks ago. I also got this Batman comic book for $3.
That is awesome.
Oh, what? Dude, what is this place you're going to that has all this cool stuff?
Yeah. Pretty sweet.
Do they have to have posters at the stores you're going to? They have posters?
No. I wish. But they also had these 2 GameCube controllers, which I got.
Yo, dude.
So
guys kind of live.
I also got a bunch of clothes, but I'm not going to go through all my clothes. But yeah. So only 2 movies, but other stuff.
Nice, man. Good stuff.
Thanks.
All right. You ready to get into some news? Because there's some good pieces of news. Not a lot, but some good stuff. First piece of news comes from the Gladiator press tour. Denzel has repeatedly said he's going to retire soon, and he listed the last kind of movies he's planning to do. A lot of them are Shakespeare adaptations, but then he casually just said, "Well, run as Ryan Coogler is writing a role for me in Black Panther 3." And just kind of moved on. That's insane. like what? Okay, yeah, for sure. I guess Black Panther 3 confirmed, and also Denzel is going to be in it, which is incredible.
Why is he going to retire soon, though?
How old do you think he is?
60.
I think he's 70.
No way he's 70.
I think he is. Yeah, he is. He's 69 years old. He's born in December.
Oh.
So he's about to be 70 years old.
Are you kidding?
I hope he's the villain. If he's the villain of Black Panther 3, hype up. That's like,
Yeah, that'd be cool.
yeah, this is a very, also just so casual. That's such a casual thing to drop. Like, good for him.
Is it common for actors and actresses later in their careers to do Shakespeare adaptations? Or like smaller?
I don't think so, but he is a big Shakespeare actor. Like he like loves Shakespeare. He got his, I think, his start really on the stage. So
Okay.
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So that's the Denzel news. Next piece of news is a rumor about Dune Messiah. Dune Messiah apparently is going to be filming mid to end of next year, and it's looking at a possible Christmas 2026 release, which is sooner than I thought it'd be. I thought we weren't going to get this till probably 2028, but we're looking at less than 2 years away now. It'll be pretty awesome for Dune Messiah. And speaking of Dune, the new Dune show starts tonight.
Yeah, how is it? I kind of read that it was pretty boring.
Well, it is based on what his son's books, right, and not his books. Like it's
Oh, it is?
Herbert's. But yeah, because I think Dune, because like Dune heads out there are going to be pressed that I'm getting this wrong. But I think Dune by Frank Herbert is pretty chronological, and I'm pretty sure when his son takes over, he like jumps back, writes some stuff, and then jumps forward. I think so. This is his son's
Hunter,
books.
I thought you were the Dune head.
Oh, I'm the Dune head, the Denis Villeneuve Dune head. That's me.
Okay.
Count me in for that. For the book Dune heads out there like Chuck, I'm not in that crowd.
What
That
about
involves
the
reading.
TV show?
I think I'm gonna watch it. I think I'm
Okay.
planning on watching at least the first episode, and then I'll go from there. I don't know. It's weird for me. Like Dune is so, I guess, intrinsically tied to Paul Atreides, and I'm not super interested if maybe in the Sisterhood. But I'll see. If the show pulls me in, I'm in. Oh.
No, that's fair.
Right,
That's
like
fair.
yeah, it's like I don't know. It's just like it's not my cup of tea, I guess. I don't know. Well, maybe it is. Maybe I'll be really into it.
Yeah, I don't think I'm
I
gonna
mean, it
watch
is
the
a Max
first
show.
episode.
Oh, it's true. It's on Max. That's so true.
You're not gonna watch it, Jack?
It's the
No,
one to watch.
I'll watch the first episode. I don't think
you
I'm gonna
said you
watch
will?
it tonight though. I don't think I'm gonna watch it tonight.
Okay.
Like I'll probably watch it later in the week and just kind of see how it goes and go from there.
Gotcha.
So there's that, and then next up, there's been the long rumored Hercules live action movie. Next up from Disney, because they're going to remake everything, but this one is a little different. Apparently, this one is going to be called Hades, and it's a retelling of the original Hercules movie from the perspective of Hades. Which, honestly, if you're going to do this again, yes, this is the way I'd like it to be done. Make it different.
It's like the Elvis movie.
The problem I have with that,
Tom Hanks in that is so funny.
have you guys seen
Unbearable.
Hercules?
Unbearable.
He's what? I love Hercules.
Have you seen it
Yeah,
recently?
it's good.
Yeah, probably like a year ago.
I feel like we already get a pretty good idea of Hades' point of view in a lot of the movie because there are scenes with just Hades, so we know exactly where he's at. So like, how different could this possibly be?
I wish I could tell you. I cannot.
I know, but that's just.
I mean, who knows? They might make Hades the good guy. You know?
Yeah, the anti-hero Hades.
Yeah.
Hades was right all along.
He'd be like Krampus.
He can ride on his he could ride on his Hades horse and hang out with his Hades frogs.
Like Krampus in Red 1.
He's widowy Krampus.
I feel like you got to bring back James Woods though, right? Like, because that voice for Hades is so iconic.
Yeah. Like the high
Hercules
pitch
rocks.
kind of.
Yeah, Hercules is such a good movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a lot of fun.
I think it's my favorite of those Disney, like the Disney classics. I don't really, you know what? I really don't like The Lion King. I don't think I'm a big Lion King guy,
That's a bit
which is why I'm
cheesy of you.
bummed. I'm bummed we got to go see that later on this year.
Okay.
Sitting through that's
The
gonna
Lion King
stink.
is phenomenal, but that's cool. It's whatever.
Can you feel the love tonight? When is that? Is that
It's
is that
December.
Christmas Day? No.
It's like
Oh,
December.
it's the
something.
week before Christmas, so it's the 20th.
Oh.
It's the same day as Sonic 3. I'm gonna double feature those. I'm gonna have to double feature those.
I actually think Sonic 3 looks pretty fire.
I think it does too. I think it looks really
It looks
good.
It looks pretty sweet.
I'm pretty bummed for it actually. Wow, that Christmas stretch of movies is gonna be awesome for us.
Unreal. Literally Christmas, I could just sit in the theater. I might just show up like at the tell my parents I'll see them later and just like show up at the theater.
I might do the
sit
26th
there.
just like all day.
All day.
Oh my gosh.
All day. All day. I feel like you gotta okay. Here's the question.
A
What do you
complete-
start with? I think you start with Nosferatu.
Nah, Nosferatu at night. Gotta get
No,
this,
I think
like,
you
kinda like
end
the
with a
spooky
complete
vibe.
unknown.
Oh.
I think you end with a complete unknown. I think you go Nosferatu, Baby Girl, a complete unknown. You get less dark as the day goes on.
Nah, I need Nosferatu at night. Like I need to leave the theater. Like I feel like I'm about to
And
get
it's
like
dark
spooked
out?
up. And I'm like
Yeah.
super
But it's
freaked
Christmas
out.
time in the Midwest. It's gonna be dark all day. You'll be good.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, it's good. It's dark at like 3 p.m.
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
Well, I can see it at 3
Complete
p.m.
Unknown- I'm thinking a complete unknown last. I think that's a good vibes for the night movie. I want to leave on a positive note. I don't want to leave scared.
From what I've heard about Nosferatu though, like I want to be like scared out of my mind. You know?
Yeah, I'm trying to look very little into this movie. I want to just be going
Yeah.
very blind, which is like my goal, which is hard since we talk about everything in such detail. But
Because a lot of reviews have
They're
been
bad.
just so good on that. So
yeah, people saying it's awesome, which I hope
Yeah.
it is. Um,
I will not be seeing Nosferatu because I'm a scared guy. But
that means you have to see it.
no,
You just gotta, Chuck. You just
we
gotta.
could
I'll see
put
the
like
other
one of the cameras in there and like get your
Yeah.
reaction to like all the your
Like the old
You know, like,
Paranormal
no, the
Activity
problem is I
trailers where
scream. Like I don't just jump. I scream when I get scared. So like if I go to a theater and I watch a scary movie, I will be screaming, and I feel like
Yeah.
I feel like in other movie podcasts, I will be that guy that they tell the funny theater story about. You know?
Chuck when the Christmas witch showed up in Red One.
she has a name.
And I like how
Oh,
we keep
yeah.
sprinkling red.
Don't
wine.
say it. Don't say it. Don't say your name, dude. Don't say your name. Oh god, I cannot wait. How to Train Your Dragon live action. First look. It looks exactly like the animated one, which positive, negative. I kind of think negative, to be honest. I don't know. I'm out on this movie. I don't think it's gonna be very good. I don't think it's gonna be good. I'm out.
Criminal.
I'm fully out on this.
Criminal.
I'm negative on how
This
to
could
Train
be.
Your
This is
Dragon.
another cold hunter take. First Wicked, now How to
It
Train Your
might
Dragon.
be. It might
know,
be.
I don't think Hunter's that wrong on this one, Charlie. I really don't.
Yes. Yes.
No,
Yeah.
Jack.
Like, look.
So-
How to Train Your Dragon is like so iconic. All right, and look, I get it. Like, they could literally just make the worst live action movie and make $1 bajillion, but like, they should change nothing about this movie. Okay,
They're not. It looks like it's shot like 1-to-1.
and that's fine. But I just think that like how it looks, I just don't think it really captivates me to like want to go see it. Like I
This movie isn't old enough to get a remake. It's only 14 years old.
I just love.
I don't
How to
know.
Train Your
I really like it too. I love the animation. Like I love the story. I think it's great. But like the visuals they've given us so far, I just don't feel like
Bland.
man, I'm gonna get a completely different experience from this than what I get from the animated one.
Yeah.
I feel like I think I'm gonna appreciate the animated one more. I don't know. I think I mean, who knows? They could show the initial pictures right now, and they could change it. You know, like what they did with like Sonic. So who knows? I'm not like I don't think I'd say I'm as out on it as Hunter is, but I don't think I'm
Out.
definitely as I'm not out, but I'm not like in on it like you are. So I'm kind of like the ball is in their court. They can sway me however they would like to.
You're teeter-tottering a little bit. Just like that, yeah.
He's weeble out wobbling, and he will not
It's like a
fall down.
metronome. Yeah. I don't know. I'm pretty fired up about it, but that's just
Never
me.
forget, Chuck was fired up about Civil War. Top 5 of the year. Never forget.
Hey,
Maybe I
what's
need
the
to watch
next thing on the news?
Oh, the next thing?
list?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do Predator. Predator Badlands. There was a big Empire magazine kind of, here's what's coming out next year. Predator Badlands, what are the things featured? The Predator is going to be the hero. They're going to be the protagonist in Predator Badlands. And honestly, I think that's pretty sweet. I think that's a pretty cool way to do it, kind of turn it on its head a little bit. The only other time the Predator was the hero really was in the Predator versus Alien movies, where the Predator was kind of the hero. I feel like you got to have some pretty bad dudes the Predator's going up against if he's the hero, though. Like, that would be pretty
So I
great.
believe, if I remember correctly, I know I haven't seen it, and I don't think, Jack, you've seen Predator.
No,
You guys are missing
unfortunately
out.
not.
You guys are missing out. A great Arnold movie. And then you should see Prey. Prey's on Hulu right now for free. If you have Hulu. Or Disney Plus, actually. It's on both. Which I know you all have Disney Plus. So, there's that.
Yeah.
I also think Predator's on there, too.
All right.
There's like a name for the Predators. I forget. They have like an actual name.
I might catch up on my Sonic, but I'll put Prey.
That's
I
what
was-
I'm doing.
I was thinking of doing a Sonic rewatch soon. Should we?
Haven't seen it before.
I haven't either.
Last time I saw Sonic 2, I almost walked out of the theater. I thought it was that bad. Maybe I was
You
in
were
a bad
with Henry,
mood.
right?
Yeah, I saw that, and then Everything Everywhere All at Once, back to back, insane back to back. But I do think that was. I gotta rewatch it. I have to give it another shot.
Okay.
Maybe I'll do that this week too. I have a busy week of movies. All right. Do we want to do? No, we'll do this one first. This is okay. So in the same Empire article, we got our first look at Jurassic World. What's it called? Jurassic World Rebirth. That's right. Jurassic World Rebirth. We got our first look at Scarlett Johansson in this movie. It's her, like a islandy place. We've already saw a picture of Mahershala Ali's character and Jonathan Bailey's character, who Jack now is a big fan
Fierro.
of. Yeah. All right. I think this is our next movie with great film names. This takes Red One's place in going into the future. Let me read you these names. Mahershala Ali's character is Duncan Kincaid.
That is so close to Dalton Kincaid.
I know. That's what I thought it was also. Jonathan Bailey is Dr. Henry Loomis.
Eh.
And Scarlett Johansson might be the best one. It's Zora Bennett.
I don't
So-
think any of those come close to Callum Drift.
No, we need. I know. But we needed
And
a successor.
Garcia.
Jack O'Malley. Oh, dude,
But,
I'm saying
yeah,
Jack
those are
O'Malley in the
solid.
first 5 minutes of Red One. I laughed out loud. When he
like,
gets in trouble, as a little kid, it's like Jack O'Malley. I literally just started laughing. I could not hold it in. He said like 3 times to his full name. Oh, it's so bad. Yeah, but that's it. Jurassic World, going back to the roots apparently of Jurassic World, with Jurassic Park, which I guess makes it a little bit maybe horror-esque. I know the first Jurassic World park is the only one that's like scary. All the other ones have not been like scary, and I think you need a little bit of the fear in there to make it good.
I like the photos.
So-
I thought they looked good.
I really hope this is good. I really do.
I mean,
very
the
worried it's
images look great. So I like.
Yeah.
I don't
Oh,
know.
also Buffalo beat Kansas City final.
Oh, that's great
So-
news.
Kansas City is no longer undefeated. I do feel though this is going to set up a rematch in the playoffs, and then Buffalo's going to get their hearts broken.
This happens every year.
I know. It's gonna break my heart watching it every time. But that's it for Jurassic World. Conan O'Brien is going to host the next Academy Awards. Conan at the Oscars. No, you're wrong. You're wrong. This is great. No, if we had to sit through another Jimmy Fallon or Jimmy Kimmel
Jimmy
year,
Fallon's the man.
No, I'd be impressed. Kimmel has done it like 10 times and he stinks. I'm not a Kimmel guy. Pumped for Conan. I also don't like Conan.
I don't like Conan.
No, you're wrong. Conan is the man.
I don't like him.
Conan is the one. Of all the late night hosts, Conan's
Jack,
the one.
Are you a Conan?
I like look. I don't know enough about them to have a very strong opinion. I like Jimmy Fallon. I think when I see Jimmy Fallon, he makes me laugh. But then
funny guy.
No, but I think Jimmy Kimmel, I think he just has like this negative energy around just like hosting. Like I remember they announced that Conan is hosting, and I literally am just scrolling through the comments and it's just like, thank God it's not Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah, because Kimmel stinks.
And it's got like 10,000 likes. I am like, wow, this man is just hated.
Yes, because he's not funny.
He's the worst.
So look, everyone thought that Conan was a dub, so maybe I could look into that and do my own research. But for now, I'm gonna trust that it's a big fat dub.
That is a dub. Also, this is going to be the 97th Oscars. We got 3 years, boys. We got 3 years to get the invite for the 100.
And we have 3 years to get. Wait, actually, never mind. I was gonna say we need Dwayne the Rock Johnson to win that Oscar on the 100th, but after Red One, we'll maybe not.
He could do it for what's it called? Like the
boxing one?
The machine. Yeah, that one. The A24 Benny Safdie one. That could be the one. But I think that'd be the 98th Oscar if he did for that one. So unless they do Red One 2 and he does just a huge turnaround, and then we get Callum Drift, Oscar winner, Callum Drift.
Red One in 70mm IMAX.
Yeah.
They put me in the Dolby for that movie.
You at the Dolby Theater for Red One?
Yeah.
Oh God.
We're just so excited to talk about this movie.
Yeah. I'm going to talk about the budget. When we get to the budget, yikes. All right, next piece of news. Bond 26. So they're looking for the next Bond right now. It's going to be a new direction for the franchise, obviously, after the end of the last James Bond, where Bond quite literally died. Spoiler, I guess you haven't seen it. Sorry. It's been out for like 5 years or 3 years. They're looking for someone in their 30s. And yeah, I don't know. I hope that they try to find someone like old school handsome. Because I'll be honest, I love Daniel Craig as Bond. I want to say something controversial. I don't think he was handsome enough to be Bond. He's a very good looking man. Very good looking. He doesn't have the Bond handsomeness though.
He's no Pierce Brosnan though.
Right? Okay, so that now you're getting what I'm saying.
Connery.
Like that's the kind of dude who like walks in the room and you're like, that's a handsome fella.
I think
I've never felt that way.
Pretty good looking guy.
He is a pretty good looking guy, but he's not.
I think he was the perfect mix of like he was very well put together as well as like he just looked rugged. He looked like he was like, I'll do anything. Like he's that guy, you know. But like when he needed to get all put together, I mean, he just was a stud.
I need a handsome Bond. I want a hot Bond again. Bring back hot Bond. I want a Pierce Brosnan level hot Bond.
I mean, like I think you throw Pierce Brosnan and like
he's a very handsome man, but he's not. I don't know. He just didn't. I want Pierce Brosnan level again.
Man,
I think Daniel Craig's at that level.
Okay, agree, disagree.
This is the complete opposite of what I thought this conversation would dip into, but
yeah, I didn't think.
I'm happy we're here. I'm happy we're here.
No, I'm not shaming Daniel Craig.
The draft.
He's a very handsome man.
The draft for the James Bond. James Bond in terms of their attractiveness, not necessarily their performance.
Yeah, that'll be in 2025 a draft for us.
It's gonna be a crazy draft.
I do have a request for the producers. So like they're big fans of the show, obviously. So I'm gonna request them something. Whoever comes in second, whoever like you're like this is the guy we thought was gonna be Bond, but he won't. That needs to be your villain. Make him the anti-Bond, which I think would be sweet. Specifically, if it's like a more jacked guy. I'd like a more Bond villain, if that makes sense. I feel like all the Bond villains are so opposite of Bond. I want another Bond as the villain. I feel like I'm alone in this camp, but that's okay. Like, okay, so imagine this, right? Let's say they pick, I don't know, John Johnson. All right, I'm just making up a name. Like, if Henry Cavill was like second, right? That should be the villain. Where it's like another another handsome gentleman who like could be a Bond in another world should be the villain. I feel like Bond villains are so opposite of Bonds. That's my issue.
I feel like that's what makes them kind of fun.
Me.
But I like your idea too. I think your idea is very unique. So hopefully they listen to your advice.
We've had some good Bond villains.
Or they can make that second place Bond still be Bond, but it's like the multiverse Bond. So then they like come together to defeat the villain.
Well, there is the James Bond theory. Are you aware of the James Bond theory? Of how?
No.
Do you know this? So there's an idea that James Bond is a code name, basically. That 007 gives their top spy, and then that name gets passed down to the next person, which is why, like, there's some connections between movies, where even though if the actor changes, there's still a connection there. That's a pretty cool, I guess, theory. I don't know. I kind of like that theory.
Yeah, me too. It's like they're all living in the same timeline. All living the same timeline.
Yeah, they're all just different men who take up the moniker of Bond.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like Doctor Who in that way.
It's pretty cool.
More British stuff. Speaking of America's Bond, Mission Impossible. Ethan Hunt. He is America's James Bond. Allegedly. Which, listen, I think Tom Cruise is a fan of the show based on this piece of news right here. I think he listens. Because Tom Cruise wants Glen Powell, allegedly, to take over Mission Impossible. I mean, they listen to the show. Like, they have to. Like, this is us. This is our show boiled into a Hollywood story. This is great. I hope this is happening. He was then Pat McAfee like called Glen Powell live on the show and was like, "Is this really real? Like, are you doing this?" And he's like, "And my mom wouldn't let me." Come on, buddy. We know what you're doing here.
I'm not the werewolf. What do you say? I'm not the werewolf.
Oh yeah, the Andrew Garfield thing. I'm not the werewolf.
Yeah.
This would be awesome. This would be like the coolest thing ever. Like, this is like Tom Brady selecting the next quarterback. Whoa. Tom Cruise is like the GOAT. So this is like Tom Brady selecting the next generation. Like, this is perfect.
To be honest, I think I was more like, obviously I'm very excited of the possibility that Glen Powell continues this franchise. But I think I was more excited from the idea that they're planning to try and continue it even without Tom Cruise.
Yeah. I'm very nervous for that because Ethan Hunt is just such an integral spot of this franchise.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I would love it. Man, I would love it. Oh, I can see it now. It'd be great. There is like a thing where Tom Cruise, I guess, gets a lot of his co-stars like pilot's licenses or like classes and stuff. And so people online were saying that he's been just doing tryouts for the past decade to find out who is his successor. And he finally found Glen Powell, which is great in and of itself. And also looking back on Top Gun Maverick, it is funny that like Top Gun Maverick basically repeated Top Gun itself, where you have Tom Cruise continues on to be great. And then the guy who's the villain or the quote unquote villain, who's really the buddy in the end, is more famous than the guy who's Goose. Because Miles Teller has just been kind of quiet the last few years. I don't know what's going on with him. Has he been in anything?
It's kind of fantastic.
Say that again.
It's kind of fantastic. I don't know. I mean, he's just been vibing. I think he's been having a good time. He's promoting long drink.
Yeah, he's been doing long drink. He was in that. Oh yeah, that's right. He was in The Offer, the Godfather TV show. Oh, he's gonna be in the Michael Jackson movie. That's right. I think he's Michael Jackson's agent. So yeah,
Well, let's hope that.
I
let's
thought you
hope
said
that's not like the Elvis
he's
movie.
into laundering, not long drink.
Yeah,
I thought you
money
said
laundering.
laundering.
he's just really into money laundering.
Bro is Walter White.
Bro, it's Walter White. But yeah, he hasn't really done anything since Top Gun Maverick. His only other movie since Maverick is Spiderhead, which also released in 2022, which is not great.
Interesting idea. Poorly executed.
Yes, agreed. Good Chris Hemsworth role. I will say that.
Yes.
All right. Let's move on to trailers. That's it for news. We're on to trailers. Starting off with Mary. Mary is the biblical epic about Mary, obviously the mother of Jesus, coming Christmas to Netflix. Oh, this looks pretty cool. I thought this looked really quite good. I was pretty impressed with this trailer, actually. And the crowd goes silent.
No,
I don't think I saw.
think these
I
are.
don't think I saw this one.
I think it's interesting because I think there's always been people that are trying to like make the Bible more dramatic, and like bring it to like the screen in many different ways. Like I want to say there was like the Bible like TV show that ran when we were in like middle school or maybe like late elementary school.
I think that's still on, actually.
Really?
Hang
Okay.
on. No, wait. There was the Bible show. I know that. And then, yeah, that's,
But
I think,
then-
still on.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very interested to see a specific story on Mary, so I'm kind of in on it. I'm kind of interested to see how they run this. So
Yeah, no, it looked good. I always like Anthony Hopkins, so like him in this movie looks good in this as well. So I think I'm gonna watch this for sure on before the end of the year because I'd like to add it to
And
my end
it's-
of the year list to see.
did we say it's very like clear, like cut by the book? Is it like, or is it kind of like?
I don't know.
No
I
idea?
wish I could tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I really don't. But yeah,
He's
don't know.
trying to have his Passion of the Christ moment.
yeah, I don't know who DJ Caruso is the director of this.
Yeah, let's see what.
Okay, okay, DJ Caruso, taking on the story of Mary, also director of XXX: The Return of Xander Cage, starring Vin
Yeah.
Diesel, and I Am Number 4. That's so awesome. Also a director of a few episodes of Smallville. That's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, I hope this rocks.
He is his other things in production right now is XXX4, Xander Cage coming back one more time, and a G.I. Joe movie. So that's quite the list there for him.
This guy's got quite the palate.
Yeah, that's such a random kind of matchup right there. All right. Next up. See, okay, I think if you guys are gonna like this one more than I did. The Amateur. Did you say the amateur? Whatever it is. Rami
Amateur?
Malek, Lawrence Fishburne, John Bernthal. His wife dies, and he wants to go after whoever killed his wife, and he's just like a desk guy. And they're like, "We can't send you out in the field. You're just a guy behind the desk." And then he goes out in the field anyway. I'm out on this. I thought this looked bad. This looked stinky, in my opinion.
I was kind of interested in it.
I thought it looked good.
I wasn't like.
I thought it looked good.
I'm by no means am I going to rush to the theater or streaming service to go see this, but it's something that if I'm just kind of like I need to watch something like it. It looked pretty good.
I'm not a Rami
I am
Malek guy.
slightly higher than that. Oh.
I just am not. I don't like Rami Malek all that much. I don't really like him as like a lead.
I've only seen him in Ninth Museum.
See,
I've seen him in-
you know what it is? I think this stems
Oppenheimer.
from.
You haven't seen
I
Oppenheimer?
don't. Yeah, you've seen Oppenheimer. Don't lie to yourself. Okay, see that good Rami Malek role. In that he's small. He's just in it for a moment there. Small role. Good. I think him as like the lead in something. He's just too. He's too Rami Malek. Because you know
I'm
what it is?
pumped.
I really
remember.
don't like Bohemian Rhapsody, and him winning the Oscar for that really grinds my gears because I don't think it's a good movie.
Really irked you.
Yeah, it really just got
Huh.
under my skin.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I mean,
so
I like the premise of it, like the whole idea that there's some, for all the desk guys out there,
yeah, all the desk guys need their hero. This is
No, seriously.
this is the accountant light.
That's what I was thinking of. Like
Yeah, this
when
is
I
like
watched this trailer, I was like, this is the accountant, but like I don't think he's as like
it's not cool.
locked in. He's not as locked in as the accountant.
it's like-
the accountant, he's like, I understand it now, Like
Yeah.
I understand it now. Like
I understand it now.
he messes up once, he gets it. Like I think this with Rami Malek, like it's gonna be very interesting because like clearly this guy has
Yeah.
no idea how to handle anything, and it's just gonna be like a deep dive into madness.
So you know how like whenever you buy, like the saying, it's like you buy a car, then you see that car everywhere. Like that. I don't know if that is how I feel about this podcast or that we're actually influencing people somehow. But the accountant fan cams, what's going on? I sent you guys one in our chat and TikTok. Is that like a marketing scheme by 20th Century for like this new one coming out? Or like are people actually just finding the accountant and are like, this rocks? Let's make a fan cam of Ben Affleck from The Accountant.
I think
They're kind of cool. It kind of gets me
I think-
pumped. Like I'm like I gotta watch The Accountant again.
Well, I love that scene. Like I was watching that for the first time with my dad, and he's walking through it, and it's like, do you order your supplies to the house? And she's like, no, I just get in my car and I zip on over to the store. And he's like, you mean the company car? And I'm just like, ah. It was beautiful. Beautiful.
He's got a cool name in that movie. I forgot The Accountant has a cool name.
I think people just like the movie and then they find the seed. I don't know. Maybe it's a marketing.
I don't know. It just was very funny. We started talking about The Accountant, and then I like immediately all over TikTok is like these just hype accountant edits.
Yeah.
Which that comes out next year. Maybe when we do our top 10 most anticipated of the year, that creeps on one of our lists. Is The Accountant 2.
Yeah. Probably will.
And then somehow we got to The Accountant. Next up, Bridget Jones, Mad About the Boy. I kind of thought this looked good. I thought this looked good. I was like kind of pumped for this. Like it comes to Peacock, so it's free if you have Peacock, which I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I think if you have like Xfinity, you get Peacock or something. I don't know, but like I have Peacock because of that. I like the first Bridget Jones. I haven't seen the other ones, but this one looked pretty decent. I'm pretty into this one.
I've never seen Bridget Jones, but I thought this trailer looked good. I was
Looked charming. Looked cozy.
But I'm gonna give a slight spoiler. I was pretty much in on all of these trailers
Really?
that we're gonna talk.
I was, except for the last one. I didn't love the last one.
Okay.
But we already talked about that. So, Jack, you in on Bridget Jones? What is it, Bridget Jones? Mad About the Boy?
I sincerely apologize. I just did not watch this one.
You're missing out, dude. Bridget Jones heads out there going crazy.
Yeah, I've never seen the original, so that's on me.
Hey, it happens. It happens.
I didn't see Mary, so we're even.
Let's talk What If then. What If season 3? It dropped. We could have talked about it last week, but we just chose not to. We saw some clips, some including a Red Guardian episode, an anime episode where they're fighting in mechs, a Shang-Chi episode where they're like cowboys, an Agatha episode. There was a Moon Knight thing with, Moon Knight's in there. The big one though, everyone's freaking out about was Storm wielding Mjolnir, which pretty cool. I won't lie. I will say though, this show overall has been pretty disappointing. I think What If is pretty disappointing. It's a show where you can do anything you want and nothing has to be connected, and then they just had to connect it all. But I'm still going to watch What If season 3. So yeah.
I don't think I will.
Yeah.
I think is it going to be one day at a time again, like last year during Christmas? I think that was kind of a nice way to do it.
I'm not sure because I was gonna watch it last year, and then I just didn't feel like I missed out too much, and then here we are.
Here we are. You didn't. It makes you feel better.
Yeah.
Okay, I thoroughly enjoyed both seasons of What If, and I am pumped for this season. I'm so excited. I don't know why I like it so much, but I really like it.
Hey, that's awesome that you like it so much. Hey, like you're allowed to like it. I just think it's very like, I don't know. Like it feels like they're hitting like base hits instead of going for home runs when it comes to like the concepts of What If. Like, doesn't the easiest one to feel like what if the other half got snapped and they haven't done that?
Yeah.
Like that's like the number one you should have went with if you were What If making the show. I don't know. I think that about half the episode's been good. That's about it though.
All right.
Last but certainly not least for trailers. And oh boy, this might be my number one trailer of the bunch. Carry On. Taron Egerton. This rocked. This trailer got me. This should have been the streaming Christmas movie in theaters instead of stupid Red One. But this looked so good. I was so in on this.
See, I was least in on this one.
No, Chuck, you're wrong.
But I love.
I remember watching the first trailer and talking about it on here, and I was like, eh. But now, I understand it now.
I understand it now. I understand it now. That's it.
I'm pumped for it.
It
I'm not gonna like watch it as soon as it comes out, but I'm gonna watch it.
The guy who directed this, his last two movies he directed were rock movies, so ties into Red One. It was Jungle Cruise and Black Adam.
Peak.
Yeah. Bar is a little lower now, but still, this looks quite good.
I thought it looked fine. I will watch it, but of the bunch, it was on the bottom half. But again, I love Taron Egerton. He love his hits like Robin Hood, so can't wait to see this one as well.
The thing he's known most for, Robin Hood. Yes.
Yeah. What do you think he's
Rocket
most
Man.
well known for? Kingsman? Oh,
Kingsman.
Rocket Man? Okay.
I think it's Kingsman.
Rocket Man too.
I think most people would know him as Eggsy.
I would know him. I know him from Kingsman, but I haven't seen Rocket Man.
See, okay, Rocket Man makes me more. See, this goes back to Rami Malek. Bohemian Rhapsody is so much worse than Rocket Man, and it got all of the respect that Rocket Man should have gotten, and then it just drives me nuts. Rocket Man should have been what Bohemian Rhapsody was. It deserved it, and it just didn't get it. That ties back to my hatred. Not hatred. I don't feel the same way that Charles does about certain people that we're getting. But it's okay. All right. That's it. That's all we got.
The moment we've been waiting for.
We've been waiting for. All right. I think we should first talk about our experience with Red One. Because I have a story that happened today. I saw it 3 days ago, and I have one that happened today that I almost confronted a person about. And I'd like to start with that, if it's possible. Heading to the Lions game, stopped off at Speedway to get some gas. I go inside, get a water, ready to roll. In line, guy in front of me goes up. Must have a rapport with the lady behind the counter. He goes, "Oh, you're working mornings now." She's like, "Yeah, I'm working mornings now. You know, I wanted a life outside of work." He goes, "Oh, that's great. You do anything fun?" She goes, "Yeah, just went to the movies. Saw Red One. It was awesome. Best movie of the year." I almost interrupted their conversation. I almost stopped them to go, "You got to be joking. There's no way." So Red One, before we begin, Red One does have fans, and it was I could not believe she said that. I was shocked. to my core. Oh man, just right off the bat. I don't know. Do you guys have any stories from Red One? Because then I think we should get scores and just go right into spoilers.
I don't know if I have.
I don't think so.
I
I
mean,
thought you said you had one, Chuck.
so yeah, the movie started. There were probably 14 people total in that Dolby theater,
Mhm.
and this guy was just laughing very hard at things that like
everything?
weren't even at a lot of things. You just remember,
Ooh.
I'm like, how is this funny? This isn't like that wasn't even a joke. But
Yeah,
besides that, nothing. I almost got the popcorn
Yeah.
bucket. That's the only
you
other.
should have.
Good. Glad you saw the movie first, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I thought it was funny because honestly, there was a pretty. It wasn't a big crowd. It was like 15
Mhm.
people in like the
Yeah, mine
big
was a
theater.
big ball.
In like the big theater, but I was like, dang, I'm not the only one seeing this, And there was an elderly gentleman sitting in the front, and as you guys know, the humor was not the best aspect of this movie. Every time they would make a joke or they would like make something, like this guy would be like, ah, 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 ah. And I had a similar experience like you, Chuck. It was just like, sure, man, I'm glad somebody's enjoying it,
Yeah.
But
Not us. Do you want to give our scores right off the bat? I gave this a 21 out of 100, which is higher than I think it maybe deserves. There were a few moments that I didn't mind, which we can talk about later, I guess. But there's really one sequence in this that I think brought it from maybe a 10 to a 21.
I need to make sure that I'm. Hold up a minute.
All right.
I'll give
Charles,
it a 37.
37.
Right.
Oh, so you really liked it?
I
You're a
would
big
not
fan.
say that. I
Chuck
do
is a
have thoughts
big
that
fan.
I'd like to share about
I'd
this
love.
movie.
Why don't you go? Yeah. While Jack is thinking, you can go ahead.
Okay, non-spoilers.
Mhm.
Honestly, it doesn't even matter if I give spoilers. You can.
Yeah,
you can
I don't
assume-
know if anyone's going to be pressed to hear Red One spoilers.
Okay. Okay. Broadly speaking, script brutal, acting woof.
Yeah.
The Rock.
Level 5 naughty listers.
This was the first movie where I actively during the movie noticed The Rock acting the exact same way and in the exact same like manner as every other movie, and I started getting a little annoyed. Like he's always overly serious, I don't know, and I got a little annoyed. That being said, I had a lot of fun watching this movie. Maybe you guys didn't. I've personally thought it was a fun time, and I would, knowing that it's a very bad movie, I would see it again, just because I thought it was a fun time.
No, I
look.
never want to see this again.
Look, I'm glad that this is the holiday blockbuster of the year for you. This absolutely brought Christmas into your life. Get it. I get it.
Yeah,
But you're
Chuck
saying
can now
it's
see the inner child again.
You just said it's a shit movie, but you'd want to go see it again. So then it's not a shit movie. And you just gave it a 37. So it's like it can't be that bad.
Well, hang on. It could be it's so bad it's good, but I don't even think it qualifies for that. I think it's just bad. Chuck might think it's so bad it's good.
Yeah,
I think I'm at that point. I think
Okay.
I laughed a couple times at how bad it was, but that being said, I still like it was fun because of how unserious I took it.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, I don't think I was sitting there like, oh, I'm gonna critique everything. I was just kind of like sitting back, like, this was my nice little pregame for Honora. So I'm like, let's just sit back, relax, have a good time. And what was your favorite scene, Chuck?
Krampus.
Oh yeah, easy.
Krampus by far. I loved the Krampus part. Mostly because I know
Krampus to me was
because
easily the best part.
I took German in high school, so when they were like, we have to go to Germany, it's Santa's brother. I'm like, oh, they're gonna talk about Krampus. And then when they name dropped
The
him,
hierarchy of Christmas is about to change.
I got fired up.
I
But yeah.
cannot believe. I thought. Jack, go ahead. What'd you think?
I don't know. I didn't think that like. I mean, my score I'd probably give it like a 20. By no means am I like, oh, this movie absolutely sucks. Like, holy cow! Like, I think there was like a kid and his grandpa like watching this movie behind me. I think they had a great time. That's awesome. Super happy for them that they got to share this experience.
I'm
That kid's
real
gonna
happy
grow
for
up.
you.
Like, yeah. I don't think that I like walked out of this movie and I was like, oh, I hate this movie. This movie sucks. I just think I was like, you know, from the ads, it's like, this is going to make you feel like it's Christmas. Like, this is the next holiday smash. And I'm just like, I left the theater and I'm like, it still is November, you know? It's still November. I was like, but it was nice to try and like, oh, it kind of is Christmas. But then like, I just don't really feel like much about it felt like Christmas to me, which is weird.
I agree. It didn't feel very Christmassy.
They went to like Cabo.
Yeah. Why would you not go to like, I don't know, anywhere else? Go to like, what's the really fancy place, Charles, in Colorado?
Vail,
Aspen. Go to
Breckenridge.
Aspen.
Okay.
Yeah. Go to one of those places. So at least there's snow on the ground.
Yeah, I don't know. To be honest though, I loved Red. Red was a stud. Santa Claus.
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, to be honest, where you were saying The Rock, I think I could watch an endless amount of movies with The Rock and still just like, I just think he's entertaining. Like, even if he is acting the same way in every movie, I just love this guy. I really do. And I honestly think that if The Rock is in any movie, I might just watch it. I don't know. That's just at least how I feel about him. Would I like to see him go a little bit more dramatic into some more dramatic roles? Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if you guys know this, but like The Game Plan, like that's like one of my like all-time favorite like kids movies, and that's like one of my favorite movies with The Rock. Probably my favorite movie with The Rock. I don't know. This was just like
Joe Kingman.
Joe Kingman, number one on the field, number one. Your pretty little heart. Yeah, that's him. The GOAT.
I
Joe
cannot
Kingman.
believe you guys didn't hate this. I hated this. This movie stunk. I thought this was so bad, and I gave it a 21 out of 100. All right, only because it gets 10 extra points for the Krampus scene, which is, from a practical effect standpoint, very impressive. Like, Krampus looks great in this. Everything else stunk. I mean, yeah, The Rock is The Rock, sure. But even here, he's like phoning it in. At least like sometimes we'll get a little emotion out of him. This was just nothingness. The Christmas spirit died here. There were maybe 2 good jokes this entire time. And one was in the trailer and they cut it, where Chris Evans goes back and asks for a Wonder Woman action figure. Like, it just was so bad. And on top of that, they tried to set up like a cinematic universe of medieval creatures, where it was like, oh, there's the Headless Horseman. And Chris Evans was like, oh my God, did the Headless Horseman? Like, no, that is just so... This made me dislike Christmas. Like, I really just did not like this movie at all. Jack O'Malley and Chris like is such an unlikable character. The whole subplot with him and his kid was beyond a nothingness to me. I really did not care about him and his kid at all. He did not care about his kid at all. Like, if you spent, I don't know, 10 extra minutes of this movie where he maybe is trying to be a better dad, but he's just like so worried that like his bad impressions are going to like ruin his kid, then maybe you have a plot there. This is just nothingness. Him literally stealing candy from a baby. Like, I get it.
So
I get what he is. I don't know. This movie stunk.
I left the theater.
Bad. I left the theater annoyed.
I left the theater, and Sahil had texted me, and he was like,
How was the movie? And my reaction to that was, it was so bad it rocked.
No, I cannot
That's-
get behind that. Take.
That's
thought
exactly what I was
real
thinking.
bad.
I mean, there was like,
Oh, man.
can we talk about how The Rock turned into Ant-Man several times?
Oh,
throughout
Yes.
this movie?
Yeah,
That
dude,
was
no.
so- I
No.
laughed out loud.
Done.
What happened here? Like, he just clicks his boots, and I'm just like, what's going on here? Like, what?
He became a
laughed.
real elf. He became like a real
I
elf. and
laughed
got
out
small.
loud. That was so funny. When he was like flipping people as his miniature version, I was cackling.
Ugh.
I immediately whipped out my phone, and I'm like, I cannot forget to bring this up on the podcast. Like this,
The evil snowmen whose nose makes them die, I guess. Ugh.
Well, so here's another funny part that you guys certainly did not laugh at, but
Santa should be fat. Santa should have been fat.
I agree.
I don't want to
I
see
think it's
jacked
funny.
Santa. I think you can make him a strong, like, fat guy, like those, like, the world's strongest men. Like, those are like large men, and they're also jacked. That should have been Santa Claus. I don't need
Let's
to see
go heavy.
jacked Santa.
Let's
Yeah.
go heavy.
Yeah, I thought that was funny.
Oh man,
I
was
think it's
one day
hilarious,
away
though.
from retirement. Ugh.
I think it's funny that he's so jacked. He's jacked, and then he just somehow I'm sure he just got taken out so quickly and so easily. But we never really get to see him put those skills to the test until the very end, where he's like jumping from rooftop to rooftop, getting all small and turning into Ant-Man and going down chimneys. And the scene that I thought was hilarious is the scene where it's Gryla, yes?
Don't say her name, dude. Don't do it.
the scene where Gryla like goes into that one guy, and she's like, his eyes are like purple. Like, I was sitting there just like laughing, not because it was funny, but I'm just like, this looks so goofy right now.
It was so goofy.
Oh my god, dude. Yeah, that was.
He was like
Why are
straining
they on
his
a
face
beach?
like
Why are they on a beach, dude?
Yeah, that was weird. Also, her, when she was introduced and she's like talking about her master plan, it was delivered so poorly. Maybe it was the script doing her bad, but
I'm about to give it to you.
yeah, it was terrible.
Well, so this is something you guys definitely did not laugh at. When she's pulling up the list of names to send the snow globes to, literally the first, like, the name that she pulls up at the very beginning was the name of one of my teachers in high school.
Oh, really? That's actually kind of
Yeah.
Well, it's like,
and I'm just like, that's hilarious. That is so funny. Like, I just like was like shocked because, like, I don't know, not that like because I hadn't thought about like my high school teachers in like forever, but then I'm just like, the fact that just like showed up in this movie, I thought was so funny. But then they send that guy the globe. What happens to him? We see Jack and his kid get out, but we don't see where the other guy is.
Yeah, that guy just like got sucked in the globe and it sat there. And
He's
it's
in there
gone.
forever. Forever.
Yeah, I think he's just there forever. Ugh, dude. Also, the one joke I liked in this movie was when Santa, I guess, first gets taken and they have to go like on those video boards and talk to people. And they go, call up the trolls to see if we can find any action online. And it's actual trolls. Hand up. Thought that was a good joke. I liked that joke. I was like, that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Also them being like, it's the White Wolf, and he's like the greatest tracker ever, and he has like the crappiest apartment and like the worst car. I'm sorry, if you're supposed to be the greatest tracker ever, you should be rolling in it.
Well, he gambles.
He's a gambler.
Yeah, he's a degenerate gambler, but still.
Well, I think that whole storyline was funny because, like, obviously that was used to like show like he's an adult, he's still not making like the best decisions, but like I think it's funny because it literally was just showed up like the Rock's about to get taken away and he's going to be Krampus's assistant for the rest of his life, and then he's like, I like the gamble. Let's make a parlay here, and then they just like set it all up, and it's like, bro, like, what?
Yeah, I don't know. Ugh.
What was the game
No
they played
thanks.
called where they hit each other?
Krampus slump?
I would like to see Krampus versus Garcia in
For Krampus slump?
Yeah.
Yeah, the best part of this movie was Krampus. Like, not even close. Krampus was easily the best part of this movie.
Krampus is great.
Maybe the only redeeming factor. This was a stinker all around.
You know,
This
I
movie
just want
bummed me
to.
out. I was bummed. I was like, ugh.
I was excited because I'm like, look, like it's got a interesting cast, and I remember the trailer, and I think we were all pretty much out on it when the trailer came out, and then I think I was like, you know what? Maybe I'm kind of excited for this movie. You know, maybe it can give me some holiday spirit, some holiday cheer, and
Mm-mm.
and I was just sitting there. I'm just like, man, I hope I've not led you guys astray. I mean, I feel like I hyped up that movie and it just was not it. So I apologize.
That's okay. Definitely not a Christmas
You know what
movie, but I had fun.
Yeah. You know what it really missed was Christmas songs. I feel like there wasn't that many Christmas songs in it.
It started off with a Christmas song.
Started and ended maybe, and then just like in between, it's like
The Krampus fight should have been to Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree. That would have been great. If the Krampus fight was set to that, I'd have been way more in. This movie did just suck away my Christmas spirit. I'm not gonna lie.
This is my number 7 of the year.
that's a joke.
No way. Okay.
That's a joke.
Oh my god, I'd have been real worried. Okay, I want to talk about a few last things in this movie, unless you guys have anything else. No, okay. This is directed by Jake Kasdan, and you may be saying to yourself, who's Jake Kasdan? Why do I know this guy? That's right. He is the director of the first and second Rock Jumanji movies. It comes full circle on the podcast. He's also directing the third one coming out in 2026. So let's go, dude. The Rock and Jake Kasdan back. Those great director-actor duos they talk about.
What was the budget?
$250 million.
Oh no.
Now let me tell you some movies that this cost more than. Black Widow, Avatar, Rogue One, The Dark Knight Rises, Captain America Civil War, The Avengers, The Hobbit, Desolation of Smaug, Tenet, X-Men Days of Future Past, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. It cost the same as Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, Furious 7, No Time to Die, Thor Love and Thunder, Guardians 3, and Gladiator 2. Oh boy, what a mistake.
Woof.
Woof.
Let's see. Let me look at this box office real fast. It's looking to a $30 million domestic opening. Oh no. Oh no.
What about international?
So true. Let me look at that. Red One. 50 million international. It's at 84 million total right now.
It's not great, but I feel like it could be
Yeah.
a whole lot worse.
Dwanta Claus is not bringing home any more nice lists things this year. This is number 40 on the year for me, just under Venom: The Last Dance.
It's
I
number
really don't
like
like this movie.
28 maybe.
Mine is it's 31, right behind the amazing film that is Harold.
Harold and the
Crayon.
Purple Crayon.
Harold and the Purple Crayon. Zachary Levi, movie star. All right. I think that unfortunately is it for Red One. All my Christmas cheer has been sucked away. Everyone who made this movie is a level 4 naughty lister, and I'm bummed.
Just watch the holdovers.
See,
You'll be back.
I wish that I felt the way that you guys did, where it's like so bad it's good. I was just in the it's bad category.
I don't think it was so bad. It was good for me. I just like wasn't like
Yeah, I was out on it completely. I do want to talk about Chris Evans really fast before we wrap it up. Chris Evans. Let me tell you here about Chris Evans. So Chris Evans, best known for Captain America, Steve Rogers, was in a great movie called Knives Out in 2019. In 2019, Chris Evans did Avengers Endgame and Knives Out, and the Red Sea Diving Resort. Chris Evans had a promising career. You know, he was great and gifted. He's ready to roll. Since then, he has done a Apple miniseries called Defending Jacob, which apparently is pretty decent. He was a cameo in Free Guy, a cameo in Don't Look Up. He voiced Buzz Lightyear in Lightyear, which got really bad reviews. He was Lloyd Hansen. He was Lloyd Hansen, the Gray Man. He was in Ghosted, Pain Hustlers, a cameo in Deadpool Wolverine, and Jack O'Malley. Chris Evans. What are we doing here? What's going on?
He's just hanging. He just got married. Let the man live.
So pick some better stuff.
He's trying to pay for the wedding, you know?
I don't know. This is not looking good for our boy Chris Evans. I will say that.
Hey, I believe he's still. I mean, he's what, like 40 something?
I guess so. I don't know.
He's got time. He's got
but
time.
did you see this performance and think to yourself, well, at least Chris Evans is charming still. This movie made me not like Chris Evans. Like, I was like, he's not even good in like he's not fun in this. Like, where it's like, I don't know, maybe a role like a Ryan Gosling or like a Ryan Reynolds in this would have been like, oh, you know, he's just like such a crappy guy, but like he's charming at least. I just never felt that from Chris Evans. Like, I think he was wrong for this movie.
I would agree with you on that.
This should have been a Reynolds role or like a Gosling role.
Yeah, to be completely honest, like when I think Ryan Reynolds, I don't really like. To be honest, I think I liked it more with Chris Evans than I probably would have liked it with Ryan Reynolds. To be honest with you.
See, I don't know. When I think Jack O'Malley, I kind of think Ryan Reynolds. Man, I just really did not. This movie was a bummer.
But hey, none of us saw it in IMAX, so we really can't know how good it actually was.
Yeah, you're right. We didn't get the full experience. That's so true. We did not get the full experience.
As The Rock once said, I saw Oppenheimer, and I knew right then and there how big Red One could be with IMAX. Quotes.
I wish that I could just bottle up the confidence that he has and just like sell it. I'd make so much. You'd make so much money.
Yeah.
He's so sincere too. Like if you follow his Instagram and stuff, it's just so great. Like the cheat meals are awesome. But then also like when he congratulates other movies or like his movies, he's like, great box office, everybody. We're getting back at it. I'm in the Iron Paradise. Travel around the Iron Paradise with me. Oh man. But we got The Rock in a couple weeks for Moana 2.
Hey, The Rock is a warrior and he loves cinema and he wants to protect it. So
yeah, that's true.
I give him that.
This was a streaming movie, and The Rock fought for it to be in theaters. So I will say for that, The Rock is a good guy. Let me read you what's upcoming for The Rock here. So we have Moana 2, which is a couple weeks away. The Smashing Machine, which is his Oscar movie, coming in 2025. Fast X Part 2. He's going to be Hobbs again. Live action Moana coming in 2026. He's in a movie called The King, where he is, I think, a Hawaiian king. Apparently, they're doing a San Andreas 2, which I don't know how you can make the fault line fault again, but they're thinking about it. A Monster Jam movie, a Doc Savage movie, and a Hobbs and Shaw 2. So, pretty.
Well, at least he's making it out of Fast X 2.
Dude, I'm actually pumped for Fast X 2. Throwback to Fast X 1, where there was the post-credit scene of The Rock coming back to the franchise. Never forget. Oh, also Jumanji 3, which I think is coming in 2026. So Get ready for that. Man, Red Notice sucked too. The Rock needs to avoid movies with red in the title because Red Notice sucked and Red One sucked. You can never do a movie with red in the title. Ugh, yucky, yucky. Well, that's it. That's all I got. Anything else from you guys?
Nope.
All right, sounds good. Next week, big week for us. Maybe we thought this was a big week. Next week's the week. We have Wicked. We have Gladiator. We have To See If We Get Comic-Con tickets. We'll talk Dune Show Episode 1 if any of us watched it. And also, we have the Podcast Bowl. We have Charles and Jack versus myself. Colts, Lions. We'll record after the game. We'll talk about it. Pumped. Ready to roll. Also, Indiana, Ohio State, College Game Day, and Big Noon Kickoff are there. I mean, next week's episode is about as big as you can get.
I'm so scared.
Oh, dude, I just don't want any more guys to get hurt. I'm just so sick of our guys getting hurt. It really stinks. Like, even today, all of the fun of that today was Alex Anzalone being out for like 5 to 6 weeks. Just stinks. Ugh. Can't have a fun one anymore.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I only wish he was out for 1 week.
Hey, thank you. That does make me feel better.
Yeah.
That really does. Oh my God. I just opened Twitter and World War III is the #1 trending thing right now. So
It's like a monthly thing, though.
yeah, I guess it is now. Oh, just kidding. Hang on. I refreshed. The Chiefs are #1 trending. Whew. Thank you, Josh Allen. Josh Allen saved the day once again. All right, but that's it. So next week we'll talk Gladiator 2, Wicked, Comic-Con, the Bowl, everything else. Very pumped for that. After that, we got Moana 2, and then a big one where, December 6th. So it'd be the December 9th podcast. There's a few that come out. Do we want to do Y2K and Night Bitch or just one of those? I'm kind of team both if we can. Maybe we'll pick one for sure, but if we can do both, I'd like to do both.
Try to do both.
Okay, let's try to do both. I really am actually pumped for Y2K. I saw another trailer for that, and I was like, this looks pretty good.
December 6th.
Yeah, it's this. So here's the schedule for everybody going into the end of the year. Wicked Gladiator next week. Moana 2 the following. Night Bitch Y2K. Kraven the Hunter, Lord of the Rings, War for Rohirrim, in September 5th. Then Mufasa and Sonic 3. Christmas, we have A Complete Unknown, Nosferatu, and Baby Girl. And then we're into New Year's. So in the next month, we'll also have our top 10 of 2024, most anticipated of 2025. And we could do top 5 takes for 2025. I don't know, think about it. But yeah, and then we're gonna get right into Oscar season. Like we're hitting the pedal here going into year 2 for the podcast because we only have 7 more weeks till year 2, which is pretty crazy. So yeah, that's it. That's all I got. Anything else, boys? All right. Be sure to be good. Be sure to be good little children out there, because you never want Callum Drift to know who you are on the naughty list. You never want Jack O'Malley to come track you down. So be sure to be a good little boys and girls and stay off the list, or else what's her name is going to come get you. And don't say her name because she'll hear you and put you in a glass bottle. God, what a bad movie. All right. All right. That's it. See you next week. Be good.